Greetings, fellow Obsidizens of the vast Obsidian community. Welcome to another video in the Obsidian for Noobs video series, featuring tutorials, tips, and tools for new users of the Obsidian personal knowledge management software. Today I have a quick tip to solve a simple problem, the need for a quick reference or reminder. For some reason I have a difficult time remembering the hotkeys for my Obsidian vaults. Oh, I can recall the common ones with no trouble. Control-P for the control palette, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and so on. But there are others that I only use occasionally, and I can never remember them. My first solution was to make a note, this note you see here, that lists the hotkeys I most use. As helpful as this is, I found that it interrupted my concentration and workflow every time I had to link back and forth to it when I needed to recall a particular hotkey. My better solution was to use Obsidian's handy pop-up note preview feature. This great feature allows you to preview a target note in a link without having to actually link to it. Here's how it works. Here's a note with 4 links, including a link to my hotkeys note. My first solution involved linking to the hotkeys note and then using the backlinks panel to link back to the note I was originally working on. Not a big deal, but the problem is that I don't need to do any work on the hotkeys note. I merely need to reference it briefly in order to recall a particular hotkey. Instead of clicking on the link, I can simply hover the mouse pointer over the link and press the Control key on my keyboard. As you see, this causes Obsidian to present a pop-up preview of the link's target note. I can now read the note here and scroll through it if necessary to quickly obtain the information I'm seeking. This is obviously faster and more efficient than linking to the target note and then backlinking back to your original note. I put my hotkeys note in every one of my vaults. Then, in any vault, when I create a new note, I always put the hotkey link at the top of it. Now as I work on my note, if I need to reference it to remind myself of a particular hotkey, I simply use the trick of Control and hover. I truly do put this link at the beginning of every one of my notes. At the end, when I'm finished working, I can always delete it if I don't want it there. It's as simple as that. Here are a few other examples. Another thing that I find myself frequently needing to recall when working at Obsidian are some Markdown features. I created a handy Markdown table that summarizes the ones I use most frequently, and I remember most of them, but every now and then I forget one. I can use the same trick as before. I can hover my pointer over the link, press the Control key, and now I can preview the target note right here, again scrolling through it if necessary. I can find the piece of information I need and go right back to my work. For another example, let's imagine I have a vault for recipes, and while working on a recipe, I forget the conversion from ounces to tablespoons or cups to ounces. I can hover over this link to a chart I've created, press the Control key, and access the chart instantly. I have the various conversions here. I can look up the one I need, and then go right back to my recipe. I'm sure you can think of lots of examples where this would be helpful. An engineer or scientist needing quick access to important formulas or constants. A novelist wanting to reference lists of points to cover when developing characters or settings or plot. You can even use this trick to serve as a kind of sticky note reminder for appointments, things to do, etc., as in this example. What I've done here is I've created a note with a 1-cell table, and I used a CSS snippet to change the background color of the note. If there's any information you need to have quick access to while working on a note, consider using this pop-up preview trick. It's especially useful for information you find yourself needing to reference often. I use this trick almost every day. So there you have it, a simple, easy way to set up quick reminders right in your notes. I hope you find this tip useful.